Hi, and welcome to Z Games. Recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios in Brisbane and broadcast nationally over the Community Radio Network, Z Games brings you the latest gaming news, reviews and interviews from across Australia and around the world.
Hey, you are listening to Z Games, Australia's most button-mashed gaming show. You might be listening to us on 102.1 FM or around the nation on the Community Radio Network. That's 102.1 FM in Brisbane, by the way. Totally.
Or Z Digital.
Oh, there's Z Digital too, yes. Yep. It is 2018.
Yeah,
there's
there you go, Blair.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. We've got a jam-packed show for you. And I'm joined in the studio by Razor. Hey, Razor.
Hello.
And the return of Candy Pane.
I'm back.
How you going?
I'm good. It's been a while. I came in as all new faces. The ceiling's been fixed. There's chairs. Like, this is a new studio.
It's new, you know, new us, new. Just it's it's a new vibe. It's great. Speaking of new people, we are also joined in the studio today by. I'm totally blanking. I'm so sorry. Tyson Hargreaves. Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
Yeah, it's going great. What are you going to be talking about today?
I'm going to be talking about Point Blank, a shooting arcade game.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's great. Fantastic. We'll hear a little bit about that on the show later on. And we also have the return of Scott Beebe from Brisbane Byte.
Hey, Adrian. How you going?
Yeah, good.
How was PAX?
PAX was great.
Yeah?
Yeah. PAX was fantastic. And we actually have our third week of rolling PAX coverage this week, don't we, Ray?
Yes, Adrian. I was very happy with your job as the sole roving reporter at PAX Australia this year.
That's me.
Donning the cans and the microphone, going around speaking to everyone.
Just sticking that mic in people's faces.
Yeah, so the developers of Speaking Simulator have a very interesting game.
They really do.
It's a quirky, fun game, but we'll hear more about that later. Made right here in Brisbane.
That's right. When you say we're going to hear about it later, you mean we're going to hear about it right now? Yeah, that's right.
Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Did he say right now?
Nice little teaser there.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Hi. Hello. What's up? What's going on? How are you? Yeah, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, great. Yeah?
Sorry, but you are now alive. You have been fitted with the latest in robotic mouth technology.
So I'm here with Jed Dawson, the creative director at Affable Games, and Jed is here showing off Speaking Simulator.
Yeah, so Speaking Simulator is the story of a robot who's trying to infiltrate human society, and to do that he just has to have like a bunch of conversations, like this one we're having right now. And when I'm doing my conversations, I am moving my lips and my tongue around, and I'm making words happen by doing that. So that's our game. You have to like take control with keyboard and mouse of the player's tongue and the lips, and you have to move them, and when they're in the right spot you make your words come, and then you just have sort of like a series of sentences, and it's sort of like a back and forth between you and Karen from HR, who has asked you out on a date.
I guess we won't go into specifics as to why someone from HR is asking their employee out on a date.
Yes, Your mission is simple. You must blend seamlessly into human society.
Where did the premise come from? It's such an interesting idea, and it's one of the most eye-catching games for me at the convention because it has such a unique style.
The idea behind Karen being from HR is like she's in the human resources, which is like how a robot would view humans as well. So that's their bond. But anyway, like the idea actually came from when I was doing a lot of facial animation. So I have like a background as like a teacher. So I was like seeing all these students like playing with a facial rig for the first time, and like they just like play with it, and then like moving the lips around and having that kind of control is like, they loved it. It's like a great toy, made them laugh. So I was like, oh, there's something there. And at the same time I was also watching The Dark Knight. And there's that scene where like Harvey Dent like loses half his face and becomes Two-Face, but he doesn't have lips, but he's still talking and he's still enunciating, and he's able to make his P's and his M sounds, which you can't do without lips.
You think I want to escape from this? There is no escape from this.
So really this game is just an attack on Christopher Nolan.
You kind of had a soft reveal for Speaking Simulator at Brisbane's Game On convention, which is a really low-key convention, I suppose, that probably doesn't really have more than, I guess, like 50 people that at any given time. What's it been like having the game's hard launch at PAX, and what's the reception been like?
it was like, the game on was really energizing as well. Like, people really liked it. Got a lot of good attention, good feedback, people laughing, all the things we wanted from Speaking Simulator. And the response has still been, like, fantastic. Like, people laughing and, like, calling their friends over to play our game. Like, it's also, like, really nice to get, like, good feedback from our peers. So, like, other game developers are there and they're enjoying it and they're, like, appreciating the design and the idea and execution. So those are, like, some main differences.
Any favourite tidbits from people at the show or other developers about your game? Any favourite quotes?
Nightmare Fuel is popular. There's like some vague innuendo going around because obviously it's about a massive tongue and mouth, and you know that just sort of happens. Everyone's like really onto the totally not a robot train, so they're like seeing heaps of people with those stickers on their chests, like 100% actual human, which is nice.
It's also been referred to on the DL as a Mark Zuckerberg simulator.
I have heard that. Yeah.
Can you speak a little bit more to just what it's like having your baby, you know, on display for so many people?
So the massive amount of people is awesome. Like, you want as many people to see your game as possible. Our game is like very, very much a spectacle. So like, you see this face that's like misshapen and weird, and like it's moving in an uncanny way. It's like the uncanny valley of the game almost. And so we have like big crowds of people like laughing, which is super good. Like, most of the time when you're at PAX and you see people playing games, they've got like their serious gamer face on. And that's not what we set out to do and achieve with Speaking Simulator. So it's nice to see people laugh. Like, yeah, there's not many comedy games around, and that's what we're trying to make.
You've received a bit of funding from Screen Queensland for your title. Can you talk to what the process for that was like?
Yeah, so Screen Queensland proudly support us. They own our credits, and yeah, basically earlier this year they started their new program for supporting game companies, and so we went through the application process. We submitted our very, very early prototype, and we had to fill out a whole bunch of pitch documents, and then they have teams of professionals who like assess that for them, and yeah, then they choose teams to fund, and they funded us.
Do you think you could have done it without them?
I don't think so. I think it would have taken us a lot longer. Like, we're at the point where like we either needed this funding or we needed to get more jobs. So we would have kept going with Speaking Simulator, but it would have taken a lot longer, and it might not be as good. It's always nice to have a lot of time and effort, and that you can focus solely on one project, and it has a big impact on the outcome. So super thankful to them.
So, Jed, have you had a chance to, I guess, be a customer at the show and check out any other games on show? Anything that's particularly impressed you as a consumer and not just a developer?
The indie section's great. Like, it's right at the entry. There's like not like a nice amount of space that you can move through. I also like, I don't know if you can tell, but I love games that are weird and different.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So the new best first-person shooter doesn't like particularly interest me. But yeah, seeing some of like the creative, weird games that are coming out by teams who have like something to say, like something to express themselves, and that's not saying that AAA games aren't valuable artistic expression. They definitely are, but
you guys have literally something to say because it's a game all about speaking.
Oh, that's so tongue-in-cheek of you to say.
It will be the first step to world domination.
My fellow humans, I stand before you, definitely also a human.
Yes. That was my interview with Jed Dawson, the creative director at Affable Games, speaking about Speaking Simulator, which is a really, really great, weird fun.
Hello, you're listening to Z Games on 4ZZZ 102.1 FM. My name is Razor, for those of you who have just joined us, and I am joined by the man in the chair, Adrian.
I am in a chair, but the chair, not just a chair.
Candy's back too.
Yep.
And we've got Scott Beebe from Brisbane Byte representing the local scene. And we're also joined by a very special guest, someone who was formerly the world record holder for Point Blank.
That's right.
Tyson Hargreaves, welcome to the studio.
Oh man, thank you so much.
I feel like we needed a sound machine then with some clapping and cheering with that introduction. Like, woo!
There's some point blank sound effects.
There's nothing. Yeah.
The clacking of the gun.
Yeah.
It is truly a privilege and an honour, sir, to have you in
Why,
here.
thank you.
Now, you're unfortunately you were bumped to number 2 recently.
That's right. So it happened. Twin Galaxies is the official arcade verifier for any of these scores, and Jackson knocked me down just last year. So it was the 2nd of September last year that he beat me. I had just been made verified only 2 months earlier.
Right.
So I did not have it for very long.
Wow.
Tell me about
unfortunately.
that 2-month period where you were number 1 in the world. What was that feeling?
It was a pretty good feeling. I actually, as I said, you need to get it verified online. It was a little bit longer of a process for me than most people, so there was kind of an elation for a little bit longer than 2 months where I knew I had beaten the score. It was just about getting it checked off, but being number 1 is a very good feeling.
So let's talk about the game Point Blank. A favorite of mine. I remember when I was a kid, I inherited a PlayStation 1, and with it came the light gun, and it had Time Crisis and Point Blank. And of course, being an angsty, moody teen at the time, I was immediately drawn to Time Crisis. I thought that was really cool and edgy. But I came to realize later on that Point Blank was the superior game. There's just a lot of depth. It's all about the mini games. Little tiny Mario Party, sort of WarioWare-esque. Before those games actually were made, I think.
I feel like Point Blank also had more saturation. Like whether or not you were in an arcade or like a fish and chip shop, like there was probably an arcade machine there, and it probably had Point Blank on it.
Yeah, it was a very common game.
It was cute and it was fun and everyone could play it. But it was also devilishly difficult, wasn't it?
Yes. So one of the things about the game is a lot of people just pick the training. They might think like, oh, this is going to be quite. Like it may be quite hard, so I'll just pick that training. That's only 4 stages. So some people play it and they go, oh, that's a bit short. But once you get a beginner and it goes up to 16 stages. So every other mode has 16 stages and you only have 3 lives to get through all those stages.
The real deal.
Not making any mistakes, or, at least just only making 2 mistakes so that you can get through to the end and actually finish a game is quite challenging in of itself.
Talk us through the grueling training process to become the best at Point Blank.
Thankfully, I work at an arcade just around the corner from here. If I can plug Netherworld.
Netherworld, you can plug.
We love Netherworld here. Netherworld's fantastic.
There are sponsors, so plug away, my friend.
There you go. Fantastic.
Plug.
Well, yes, Netherworld, best place to work. It's honestly fantastic, and of course, I get to play games all the time. Not on shift, but definitely after work. It's fun. It's not that much fun. You got to do a lot of work.
We'll cut that part out of the show. It's fine. No, we won't. Sorry.
No, it's great. And so I've always loved Point Blank, as most people have. It's a dope game. So I, as soon as I started working, that was like the first question I had was, will you have a Point Blank?
For anyone who can't remember, so let's visually describe Point Blank. So there's a game where I believe you're just, you're shooting like bottles, or you're shooting like
so you're doing lots of different things. There's so if you pick beginner, for example, you'll play through 16 stages. There's about 30 stages that will be can be chosen from.
So there's target shooting. You're like shooting an apple off someone's head in one of them.
Yep, shooting an apple off a head, shooting a leaf as it's falling from the ground, shooting a UFO, shooting dragons as it's coming towards you. Got to shoot it in the head, shooting octopuses, shooting everything, cuckoo birds, ducks, just everything. It's a shooting game, but it's fantastic. It's just mini games, so it's not like Time Crisis, as you said. It's not a story. You're not necessarily telling a story or anything. Just playing lots of different mini games that are all fun in their own right.
And it's very reflex intensive. So you have like split seconds to shoot all of these items, and you'll get penalized for shooting the wrong things.
Yes.
You have to have a sharp mind.
Yeah.
You also have to have a sharp and very quick finger. Can you describe to those who aren't so initiated into the pro Point Blank shenanigans how you're actually meant to shoot the gun when you really want to rapid fire it? Because you normally hold a gun as you'd expect.
Yeah.
What's the pro method of holding the gun?
So I guess what you're talking about is how some people would change their sort of grip, and they would maybe go with their left hand on the grip if they're right-handed and use that right figure, just holding it like side on to the trigger and just going mental.
So their right arm is completely free, and they're just going crazy on that trigger.
Crazy, yeah. That's one of the things you need to sort of step away from.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that's not a pro technique.
It's not a pro technique at all. Interestingly enough, I actually use my middle finger. I find it has a little bit more speed, and I use that the index finger to help me aim. I actually use that a little bit to help me aim. It's not a real gun. I'm not worrying about recoil or getting my finger jammed in the top of the gun, the hammer. I don't even know what it's called. I don't shoot real guns. I just shoot light guns.
We don't know what guns are in Australia.
Even know
it's fine.
how to shoot it properly. I actually asked someone, and he was a cop. I was like, "Oh, is there anywhere I can go and learn?" And he was like, "I am a firearm instructor. Don't worry about it. Just it's a light gun. It's a toy." So yeah, it's just your accuracy is important. Your accuracy is important. So you don't want to miss a shot. Doing it the other way that I see most people do it, just you lose some accuracy. And if you can train yourself not to do it, then don't.
Pro tips. My life is a lie. Thank you so much for telling me what it's really like.
So let's talk about this newcomer guy.
Yep.
Shall we call him the enemy?
We can call him the enemy. Yeah. I mean, that's what he is.
Enemy.
So yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
My arch rival.
Arch rival. That's probably a better word for it.
The Gary to my Ash.
It's all about games.
Good reference.
It's all about games and fun, right? You're not actually enemies. So he's from Melbourne. You're from Brisbane.
That's right.
And he's a fine player as well.
He is a very fine player. So I set a score of 201,851, which is a good score. It's a hard score to get, but it's actually something that a lot of people have beaten since then. Not officially, just I've seen in-house. There's a few people who can get higher than that, but Jackson beat me with a score of 212,516, which doesn't sound that much, but once you get to that level, you are clawing for every single point. So 212 is very good and very impressive.
And I imagine you've been doing some quite intensive training in the intervening time.
Yeah.
Have you personally beaten that record of your own or Jackson's privately without the record holders present?
Privately, I have come very, very close. I had a game last night that would have actually absolutely whooped that score, but I just got one bad level and unfortunately lost it all. But I have come very close. I have come... I don't want to say how close, but certainly I've beaten my own world record a few times now, so...
Okay, so let's talk about the event happening this Saturday. What's going down and where?
So it's at Netherworld, just around the corner from the station here. We'll be starting at 10 o'clock in the morning. That's when we'll open doors a little bit early for anyone who wants to come by and either just meet us, interact with us, or have a game themselves. And Jackson and I may be playing some games. We will have we will have a camera set up, and we may be attempting some more world records.
And for those not local to Brisbane, or those who might be visiting Brisbane in time for that weekend, Netherworld is located in the Fortitude Valley, which is just off the CBD.
That's right, 186 Brunswick Street. And if you are listening from outside of Brisbane, we are going to be streaming all the content as well from 10 a.m. on our Twitch channel. Okay. So you can tune in any time during the day.
Excellent. What's that Twitch channel URL?
I believe it's just Twitch. I should have checked that up, actually. It's just twitch.tv /Netherworld Arcade.
Something like that. They can probably Google it.
Yeah, probably. It'll be on our Facebook page as well.
Nice.
And so what about any happy-go-lucky, trigger-happy newcomers that are just strolling up and might have a bit of an ego on them?
Yeah.
And they think that they can challenge you or Jackson? Are they free to compete for the world record, or is it just you?
I'll certainly be taking all challenges. That's
all
for
comers.
Sure. I'll be taking all comers. If you've got the time for it, I'll be there all day from 10 o'clock in the morning.
If they've got the time to have their souls crushed.
Yeah, it's as much about training for me as well, because we will be playing head to head. So it is a 2-player game as well as a 1-player game. So it's got 2 separate guns.
Are you going to have the pink gun or the blue gun? What's your preference?
My preference is the blue gun. Actually, most people pick the pink, and I love the pink. I set my world record on the pink, but the blue gun is actually a little bit better on the right hand side.
Yes, we love the pink here at Zed Games.
I want to know what you do to prepare. Like right now, I'm picturing you like boxing gloves. You got Eye of the Tiger playing. I know that has nothing to do with this at all.
But that's how you train.
A little bit of shadow
but
boxing.
In my head, that's what you're just kind of standing there talking yourself up. What are you actually doing to prepare, other than just playing it over and over? What are you saying? Are you psyching yourself up in the mirror like, you got this? I don't know.
Do you have montage music?
What are you doing? Yeah. Is it Eye of the Tiger? And if not, can it be?
No, it's definitely you're the best around.
Nothing's ever going to keep you down.
That's it.
Nice.
I just want to get on the public record your message to Jackson, current world record holder, number 1. What do you have to say to him?
Good luck.
Is that good luck? Oh, you're very sportsmanship-like.
No,
I was hoping for some
May
trash.
the best man win. That's
Yeah. You don't want to get a little aggressive on him?
I would love to.
No.
I really would. I haven't met the guy, but he did do a video a little while ago. I had a video saying that I was coming for him, and he responded, and it actually scared me quite a lot. So I don't want to. I don't want to talk too much trash there.
Do you have someone standing behind you with like a sweat towel just ready to go?
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a corner. I
you've
certainly
got a
have
corner.
a camp. Yeah, I would love to thank a lot of the guys in my corner and in my camp. Dan, both the Dans actually. Phil, Dave, all really good guys. Yeah.
Fantastic. You are listening to Z Games on 4ZZZ. It's time for the news.
A man who discovered a video game key generator that would activate free copies of PC games has been awarded $20,000 by Valve, owners of the leading online game storefront Steam. Artem Moskovsky was testing web applications when he found he was able to generate 36,000 keys for the Valve-published game Portal 2. The money was awarded via Valve's HackerOne bounty program that pays rewards for tech-savvy users that can find exploits and vulnerabilities within its software.
Wow.
Not a bad haul, $20,000, although you have to wonder what
Tax-free?
what the street value of that discovery may have been if he had been a more criminally inclined, I suppose.
Yeah. Like
Trading cards alone.
I mean, what was he doing, in quotation marks, testing web applications? Is that like some kind of elite slang for hacking the net?
I mean, like, you know, if you know what you're doing, you know, in your spare time, if you find this sort of thing fun, you know, you can totally do that. I know people who do that.
Did they
and
get 20,000 from Valve?
See, that's a thing, right? If only. But no, like, you know, we've heard of other big companies like Google and Facebook hiring people to essentially try and hack their systems, like, you know, giving bounties, you know, hacker bounties, which is actually commonplace. So I guess, like, for the losses that would have been incurred had this thing gone public, it's a pretty cool payout. But you're right, like, you know, if someone was a bit more diabolical,
Well, or even
they
if
could
he'd
make
just
bank.
been a bit more like business savvy. I don't know. I feel like he really could have negotiated there.
Yeah, no.
you're like, I want a bit more. Like, come on.
I think you're verging on condoning this behavior, Candy, which we cannot
Isn't
do.
that technically blackmail?
Fair
4ZZZ does not condone blackmail.
Thank you. I am the person that always needs those kind of disclaimers. League of Legends developer Riot Games has been hit with a lawsuit accusing it of gender-based discrimination, violations of the California Equal Pay Act, and for creating a sexually hostile workplace. The plaintiffs are one former and one current employee of the company who are seeking unpaid wages and damages. They are also seeking for the suit to be classified as class action, allowing other unfairly treated employees to join the action and receive compensation if successful. This development follows an expose earlier this year by Kotaku that reported on the culture of sexist and discriminatory culture at the company, which employs around 2,500 people at 24 locations worldwide.
Not great.
Yeah, not a good look for Riot Games.
And League of Legends is massive.
Yeah.
Massive. So,
And if they are successful with that becoming class action as well, then
Yeah.
this could blow into a really big
Open those
story.
floodgates up. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when the piece went live earlier this year, there was an outpour of people who were former and current employees just sort of venting at the conditions. A lot of people did, to Riot's credit, say that, you know, our campus, our workplace specifically, is fine. So it, you know, could be just some isolated incidents. But if they open the floodgates on this one and make it class action, could be a pretty damaging thing for Riot Games, both as far as the goodwill of the player base goes and financially.
Oh, absolutely. Obsidian Entertainment, the developer behind Fallout New Vegas, Pillars of Eternity, and Knights of the Old Republic 2, has been acquired by Microsoft. It was also announced that In Exile Entertainment, the makers of Wasteland 2 and Torment Tides of Numenera, would be joining the Microsoft family of developers.
This is fantastic because I don't own an Xbox One, but testimonials from my Xbox One owning friends have been fairly, they've kind of been a bit upset about the lack of Microsoft Xbox exclusives that are coming out. They're seeing games like Spider-Man.
Sony has been smashing it out of the
When
park.
you see what PlayStation gets, I get a little bit jealous.
Yeah.
Yes.
But those two companies are very fine companies. They're responsible for some fantastic Western-style role-playing games, which seems to be the way that Microsoft are going. And I love those open-world RPGs and those turn-based isometric RPGs as well. So... yeah, bring it on. This is a good move. I mean, we won't see it pay off for another few years, but still, it's better than them sitting on their hands.
Yeah, good stuff.
As a primarily Xbox user, that I am super excited about this.
Yes.
And because you add to it, they've already got Minecraft, they got Rare, they've got, a few established franchises going, plus all the ones they announced at E3. Xbox 2 or whatever it is going to be awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Players of Battlefield 1 have observed a moment of silence in-game to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the end of the First World War. The touching gesture lasted for less than a minute, though, before it was unfortunately interrupted by some a-hole who backstabbed the player who was attempting to document this occasion.
Why would you do that?
For the lols.
Oh my god.
That's the only reason I can think of.
Did it bring the lols, though?
For that particular individual, I think he has released a statement via Reddit after the fact.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I think
Saying?
Look, I think he's apologetic.
He probably should.
Yeah. You should be.
Look, I think it's great that they tried. But
games are prone to this sort of thing. It's not to say that because the community does have its down points sometimes. You shouldn't try and stage this sort of thing, but you have to be aware of the environment. And I've seen things like this happen in games like World of Warcraft as well, where players have had weddings in game and they've been crashed by the opposing team. I think it was the Alliance trying to have a wedding, and the Horde players just came and just ruined the whole thing.
That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's a little bit funnier. Yes.
I think it's just the anonymity of the internet and the gamer tag. It's like if you were in a real life war memorial paying tribute, you probably wouldn't see too many people interrupting the moment of silence because you can see who did it and you can shush them or you can shame them. But when you're just playing Battlefield, and you're wise guy 88XXX, and there's not much accountability there. So I think that's the prime reason. Plus, there's a lot of 12 to 15-year-olds on there who are very immature, I guess.
And probably just don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the weekend gaming news headlines, Candy. And now we're going to move on to the local news with Brisbane Bytes' Scott Beebe.
Thank you, Razor. QUT have announced Australia's first university esports scholarship. 5 $10,000 scholarships are on offer to exceptional League of Legends players, speaking of, who are either currently or soon to be studying at QUT. The scholarships will go to the 5 students selected to represent the university in the 2019 season of the League of Legends Oceanic Challenger Series. Applications close this Friday, the 16th of November, for the 2019 QUT Vice-Chancellor's Scholarship for Elite Athletes. That's the official title of it.
Athletes, not e-athletes.
That's right. Those who apply will then have to earn their spot on the team in a selection trial on January 5th.
There you go.
That's fantastic.
You were quite amused at the fact that they're not athletes, Ray. They're Razor.
Yeah, I suppose it's novel because look, you're sitting there, you're getting a workout with your little finger. Your little index finger's all nice and toned, but I mean, you're sitting down, aren't you?
It takes brain power and I don't know, skill, determination.
Is flexing your brain athleticism? Like that's up for debate.
Is flexing on any level athleticism?
Yeah.
These are the real metaphorical questions we need to ask. Hey Scott, what else you got for us?
keep digging, Ray. USC is holding their annual Serious Game Showcase tomorrow night on the Sunshine Coast. The event highlights the games USC students are creating in fields outside entertainment and with real-world applications. Last year saw one game about the genetic inheritance patterns within pets and another teaching players how to eradicate mosquito-borne diseases. You never know what you're going to get from USC. Also present at the showcase will be Disparity Games, who are the makers of Ninja Pizza Girl, and Refuel Games, Rally Fury, which was playable at Go 423 at the Powerhouse earlier this year.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Such a good game.
Yeah, I love the story behind that game as well. Just the familial development cycle where the whole family is basically behind developing it.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
They're very involved up there around Noosa and on Sunshine Coast too. So
Awesome stuff.
yeah,
That's cool. Now, Scott, it's time for the quiz.
it is.
The local games quiz. I love it.
I wasn't ready for this. What's happening?
Ray would love it.
I feel like I'm already on the losing side, and that's not acceptable because I haven't been here. I didn't know this was coming, and you've just sprung this on me with no time to
Kenny, it's okay.
prepare.
We've both been sprung. It's
No,
fine.
but I don't like to lose.
Let's just say out of the
So-
three of you, Ray's coming clearly first,
Well,
and you two are tied for second.
okay, but let's look at it another way and just assume that I get some kind of like handicap, and therefore I should be coming first already. And now this is me just trying to maintain that position, right? I feel like that would be more fair because I just don't want to lose. And now I'm really nervous. I don't like.
Well, we could just
losers.
combine our mediocrity and just,
Okay.
I don't
be the
want you-
underdogs. We're the
Let's
underdogs.
do
It's
that.
fine.
Let's
It's a
team
great.
up.
It's a classic Aussie tale.
Adrian,
cool.
do you know
Team
what?
up, Adrian.
Do you know what 0 + 0 equals?
Yeah, a winner.
Me right, us right now. Yes, because Kenny and I are zero prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, so
true.
here's the deal. I'm going to name 5 games. I'm going to give you 2 descriptions for each game.
No, I'm already nervous. I haven't played in a few months. Like this.
It's fine. I haven't played many.
I was just trying to
lately.
Well, I was just trying to ease my way back in quietly, not make a big fuss, and now I'm just being put on the
It's
spot.
very quick. It's lightning round. It's fine.
Let's do it.
So 2 descriptions each game.
Hit
You
me.
tell me, is it the first one or the second one?
What are the parameters? Are these like old games? New
Oh,
games?
come on, Ken. Let's
This is.
start.
I'm the local games guy. They're all local games.
Thank you.
And I'll give you the answers at the end. So,
I
the
like
first
that.
game, Wildcat Gun Machine. Is Wildcat Gun Machine a PC shoot 'em up, or literally a game where you shoot cats instead of bullets?
I really want it to be
Please be the
cats one.
piece. Oh wow, really? You
You're
horrible
on the wrong
person.
team. I don't like cats.
Adrian, what do you say? The
the
PC or the cat?
The first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, PC.
Thank goodness.
I'll go B.
Okay.
Yeah, shooting cats out of your gun.
I'd like to see it. Here There Be Monsters is the second game.
Okay.
Is Here There Be Monsters a pirate simulator for the Nintendo Switch, or a 2D isometric action-adventure game for PC?
Oh.
I'm going to go with B. Sounds more credible.
Isometric something or other.
Yeah.
Oh, I want it to be pirates because here there be something, whatever it was.
Monsters.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, a nice one.
Is it Here There Be Monsters?
It's Here, comma, There Be Monsters.
Ooh.
HERE.
Yes.
Okay.
No weird spelling with this one.
All right. Yeah, B.
Oh, okay. It does.
Okay. That didn't change your answer at all. I'm so glad you dug into that. Okay.
I'm gonna say.
Candy, you're saying pirate game?
Let's say pirates. It sounds
Yep.
fun.
Let's do it.
Okay.
If it's not, they should make a pirate game.
Absolutely.
Skyward Journey is the third game. Mm-hmm. Very simply, Skyward Journey, is it a VR bird game, or is it a relaxing mobile game?
It's going to be a relaxing mobile game for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there all of the above?
No, there's not.
Damn.
I'll go with B. Yeah, relaxing.
Adrian?
What did you go with, Candy?
I said I think it's some kind of relaxing mobile game.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go with
Yeah.
that.
Everyone's going for B. Alrighty. The fourth game, Not on My Pizza.
Pineapple.
Anchovies.
No, but they're the best.
Is
Really
Not on My
pizza.
Pizza a multiplayer first-person shooter, or an endless runner with pineapple traps?
Oh my god, an endless runner with pineapple traps. 'cause
If
I
it's
already said
not an
no.
endless runner with pineapple traps, like,
Yeah.
what do you make that game?
Are you even trying to trick us, Scott? Because
No.
that's so easy.
Okay.
B.
So that's all. You're all saying pineapple traps.
Yeah.
I really
Absolutely.
hope so.
Okay. And the last game is Curious Humans. Is Curious Humans a card game made for breaking conversation? Or is it a board game with a big red button? Curious Humans.
I feel like it's a board
Card
game.
game.
Oh. Hey, good stuff. Good
Whose
stuff.
team
Come on,
we
high
won?
five. High five. Yeah, nice. We did it. Coordinated. Not
Adrian says board, I say card.
cardboard.
Cardboard.
When combined, they become cardboard.
I'll go with the button board game with
You
the
want the
button.
button
Yeah.
game, right?
Okay.
All right.
All right. So going back through, Wildcat Gun Machine is a PC shoot 'em up.
Yeah, well, I figured because everyone would get in trouble if they made a game shooting cats.
Except for that game Exploding Kittens,
Yeah, that was actually really fun.
but not too graphic.
No,
Can't you imagine
card
holding
game.
the cat and lift up the tail and bam, bam, bam?
I'm just reminded of Kazooie shooting eggs from Banjo-Kazooie.
All right, so 1 point for you two.
1 point for
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yay!
Yeah, no, I chose that. Yep.
Liar.
Wow.
Cheat.
Here There Be Monsters is not a pirate game, sadly.
Damn it.
That's the game that I invented in my brain. It's a 2D isometric action adventure game.
You should
We
design
tried.
games because already that sounds better.
Ray got that one.
Yeah.
More obvious.
Skyward Journey is a relaxing mobile game.
Yes.
Hey,
Everyone got that. Free
Yes,
point.
I'm
Good
counting. I
stuff.
got 2 points.
Made by the talented Dan Voigt.
Excellent.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool.
So, yeah, keeping up on his projects. Well done.
nice.
Nice.
The fourth game, Not On My Pizza, is a multiplayer first-person shooter.
We need
Why?
the second answer to be made into a game.
Again, just invented.
I
So-
think that's a great idea, though. The endless runner with
Pineapple
Pineapple,
or whatever
yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
100%.
And I would like to put that out there to local developers.
Well, they'll have to
Come up
come.
with
Give us the
something.
pineapple
They'll
on
have to-
pizza game we truly deserve.
They'll have to come up with a different title though, because that one's taken, and that's the best title for
Yeah.
it.
Well,
So the whole thing's off.
Not on my pizza, please.
No, it's too close. Trademarks, etc. Yeah.
This is fair.
And the last one, Curious Humans, is a card game.
yes.
It has nothing to do with the big red
Nice.
button,
All right.
although it would be so tempting.
Okay.
And so, in the end,
I think I got 3 points. So
I haven't tallied up the scores, but
I
will.
think I got 3.
It doesn't
I can live
ultimately
with a
matter.
tie.
The leaderboard right now is Ray on 9 because he's played every week, and no one
On
else
your
has.
Ray.
Oh,
So next month will be the final version of this game.
do we get double points or something next week if it's
No.
the final one?
I'm down for double points. Let's do double points.
I'm
Let's do
double points.
double,
I have to
double
bring
points.
myself up to
Ah, no.
position number 1 here.
Ray, we're doing double points.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Is there a prize at the end?
A big hug from me. That's been the prize every week.
That's lovely.
All right.
Thank you very much, Scott, from Brisbane Byte. Now,
Yes.
Brisbane Byte is a magazine found at various venues, Netherworld that we mentioned before, and other arcade types.
Correct. You can find it in around 24 places around southeast Queensland. You can also find it online at brisbanebyte.com. That's Brisbane Byte with a Y.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Scott. Well, that just brings us to the end of another doubly good episode of Z Games.